On today's video, I'm gonna break down what it looks like to actually figure out what your house is worth. What's going on, everyone? Adam Schwarz here, top real estate agent. If this is your first time to my channel, every single week I drop videos about buying and selling real estate, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I post. On today's video, I'm gonna break down what I do when a seller hits me up saying, hey, I wanna sell my house and I have to figure out what it's worth. And if you're an agent, this is a great video for you to watch, especially the newer ones. I do roughly about 500 to 600 CMAs a year, so I've gotten really good at making and figuring out what a house will sell for. So this is what I normally do. So say this is my test house right here. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,100 square feet. First thing I'm gonna do is look at what's active, what's pending, and what's closed in the last 60 days. The reason why I do 60 days and not 180 days is that I need to know what's going on in this current market. 180 days is way too long ago. Things are completely different than they were then. So what I do, I look at pending. I try to match up houses close to my house that I'm trying to figure out the price. So let's take these two, say they're 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2,500 square feet. Winning is pending at 600, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square feet, pending at 625. The issue with our systems is when a house is pending, it actually doesn't show us the number that it's in escrow for, unless the agent changed it. And most agents don't change it. So I normally then look at days on market. So this house right here is pending at 600. It was on the market 35 days before going into escrow. I'd have to assume there's probably a really good chance that house is probably below that 600 asking price, because if I was a buyer and I was purchasing a home that's been on the market 35 days, I probably wouldn't come in at asking price. I would come in below asking price. But then let's take this house, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,000 square feet, pending at 625, went into escrow 5 days on the market. Well, if it went that fast as a seller, you probably had multiple offers. And so I have to guess this house's price is probably a little bit more than that, 645. And then what I do is I look what's currently on the market. How many houses is my house gonna be competing against? And if there's a lot of houses just like mine on the market, then I know that I gotta price more aggressively, because one, those houses are sitting on the market, and two, we're competing against those houses. So we wanna be below those, because if they're on the market because of really one reason: buyers don't wanna pay that price. That's simply what it comes down to. Then we go down to what's sold in the last 60 days. So say I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,400 square feet, 610 it's sold at, and then I have a 5-bedroom, 3,500 square feet, closed at 645. Well, the next thing I'm gonna look for is when they sold, is one, how many days on market, and two, what was the interest rate when those houses went into escrow? Because that matters, because of what I talked about in my last video about affordability. Say rates were at 6.5 30 to 60 days ago, but now they're at 7. I know buyers in this market can't afford that much. So I can't assume that my client's gonna be able to get this house because at that same price, because it's more costly for that buyer to purchase that home. And so these are the big things you need to look at when going on the market. Most people go, oh, my house has upgraded floors, my house has upgraded pool, my house has solar, things like that. The biggest thing is, what are you competing against? So what's currently on the market? How fast are things selling in your neighborhood? And 3, what are current interest rates before and what they are now? Because if say rates were 6.8 when this house sold, but now they're at say 6%, then I know buyers can afford more in this area, and there's a better chance I'm gonna get over that 610 price. And the last thing I do, and I didn't put on this board, is that it's all about, remember, a list price of when I put on the market is a starting price to where we're gonna finish. So sometimes I will like listing something at 600,000 instead of 610, even though I know the seller wants 610, even though I know I can get 610, I list at 600 because as an agent, that number is a marketing number, not a finished number. And too many sellers get worked up about this, like, but I want 610, I get it. But the reason why we're gonna go at 600 is that the buyers that max at 600 are gonna go up to that price. They're gonna see your house. And buyers that are qualified for more than 600 are also going to see that house, because our job is to get as many eyes on your property as possible. But if I list at 610 and someone's only approved for 600 and they're only situating for 600, that $10,000, they're not even going to see your house, or they're not going to come look at it because they don't think you're going to take below asking price in the first week. Remember, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But this is some of the things I run down when looking at pricing a home and how I price it in the market. And then the next thing you're going to have to do a little bit more advanced is, after you get close to the right number, is start comparing what upgrades does that have, pool, solar. For me, I always look at, was that house turnkey? Is your house turnkey? And especially in this market, I know people will pay for turnkey. That's why we're seeing new builds sell so much right now, is because people don't mind paying the price. They just want to feel like what they're paying for is deserving of what they have to put in every single month. They don't want to put $5,000 a month in their mortgage and also then have to put $50,000 in. They'll put $5,000 a month into a mortgage and have a house that's turnkey. Hope this video helped. If you have any questions on how I price properties, comment below. If you want to know what your house is worth, remember, send me a message. I'm always here to help you. Until next time, guys, peace.